Good morning guys, and welcome to this edition of Hikelopedia. Today it's a special edition because it is the Lunar New Year holiday and I've got my family with me, although they're not here at the moment. We spent a few days in southern Taiwan and right now we are here in Taibao City, which is basically a place in the middle of nowhere. It was constructed around the Chiayi HSR station, and we're staying in the hotel that you can see behind me. I'm not mentioning it because this video has no sponsors. And today we're not going hiking or biking because trying to get a family of 4 to do these kind of things is difficult, as most of you will probably know. Most people, if they stay in this area, come for one reason, which is this place behind me. It's the southern branch of the Gugong, or the National Palace Museum. You can go in there, check out a bunch of old Chinese treasures. But we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to drive around some of the tourist sites of the Chiayi and Northern Tainan areas. And so I hope you'll come along with us for the ride and you'll enjoy the things that we see and do. So let's go. Our first port of call today is the rather bizarre Crystal High-Heeled Shoe Church. It's here at Budai Harbour. Wait till you get a load of this. The High Heel Wedding Church was built primarily as a tourist attraction. The glass slipper was chosen because of its association with Cinderella and another local story that is far less glamorous. You see, the area around Taibao lacks fresh water, and back in the 50s and 60s, before homes had running water, people would draw their water from underground wells. The high concentration of heavy metals, and in particular arsenic, led to many people suffering from a condition called Blackfoot disease. And one poor local girl had to have both her feet amputated on the eve of her wedding. The impending nuptials were then cancelled, and she spent the rest of her life as a spinster, weaving shoes for a local church. Therefore, according to the signboard, the giant shoe is a symbol of hope for a new beginning. There's some kind of like amusement park for kids nearby, so I think it's just kind of tourist attraction to get people to come here, because this part of Taiwan is not super well known for anything in particular as far as I know. So yeah, it's kind of bizarre but fun. Kudos to the person who invented a glass slipper church. Alright guys, so we're finished at the Church of the Crystal Slipper and we're heading on to our second stop of the day. Okay guys, we're here at the second point of interest, which is in Tainan, and it's called Jingzaijiao salt fields, and this is an area in Taiwan where they traditionally make salt from letting the seawater into fields and then drying it out. So we're going to go and check out the Jingzaijiao salt fields.
那个酸菜白豆锅那一种口感怎么样？因为它是酸的那个。Pickled 小西瓜利用
watermelon. Never seen that before. This one's a bit touristy to be honest, but it's still pretty cool. You've got the little piles of salt behind. So they've got these small ponds that are lined with ceramic, and so then they let in the salt water. The solar energy will evaporate the water with the help of the reflective powers of the tiles and leave the salt on the bottom. Here's the salt. Then in the old days they would use these shoulder baskets and the rakes to rake the salt into the shoulder baskets, and then they can carry it away. So we finished at the salt fields and now we're off to Budai, but a different part of Budai, to check out some really cool old houses. Now the third stop for today, although it probably should have been the second stop, is the beautiful village of Beautiful. Now I didn't get that wrong. The name of this village is actually Haomei, which means beautiful. So we're in the village of Beautiful, and the reason we've come here is because there are a bunch of really nice wall murals and street paintings, and it's just a good place to come and check out this lovely artwork and have a bit of fun, because you can change the perspective on some of the photos and make it look like you're doing crazy stuff. So let's go and check it out. Like most of the villages around here, the economy relies on seafood and fishing probably, and you can see the evidence of it lying around. There's like baskets of oyster shells just lying around everywhere.
Cái thịt dễ xào này.
Couldn't come to a place with so many oysters without getting one of these traditional Taiwan snacks. It's known as an adie or oyster. I think it's like an oyster cake. Let's give it a try. Oh, very hot. Inside you've got oysters, cabbage, and chives, and then it's fried in a batter. It's really nice. It's got chili on this one and some white pepper. It's really tasty. A really good way to enjoy oysters if you like them. Okay guys, we finished at the beautiful village and now we're driving on to our last stop for the day, which is in Chiayi city. So we'll see you when we get there. We are in central Chiayi and we're going to a renovated Japanese village. There's about 30 traditional style Japanese houses and it's called Hinoki Village. So we just arrived at the village and the first couple of houses here and one behind me, but there's also a massive camphor tree stump. Now the name Hinoki Village comes from I'm guessing the name of the timber that they used to build the houses, because I know Hinoki is the Japanese word for a kind of tree that grew quite a lot in Taiwan. So let's go and have a look at a few more houses. Hinoki Village consists of 28 wooden buildings that acted as the dormitories for the Forestry Bureau during the Japanese colonial period. Constructed between 1914 and 1944, the buildings, which also include the Alishan Forest Club, the director's official residence, a guest house and public bathhouse, were built using cedar and Chinese fir. They were renovated starting in 2009 and opened to the public as a tourist village in 2014. Even the rubbish hall has been expensively refurbished, which is something I'm sure you Singaporeans can relate to. I guess this is what it must have felt like walking around Japan or Taiwan during the Japanese colonial period. It's pretty cool. Really beautiful buildings and very nicely restored. And just over the road from the village we've got the train station from the Alishan Forest Railway, which used to be used for logging, but now it's become a tourist railway where you can go up into the mountains. Okay guys, we're done looking around Hinoki Village and now we are going to get some food. Okay guys, it's the next day. We tried to get some food last night, but because it's the Chinese New Year holiday, the place we went to was crazy busy. There was like 200 people waiting, so we ended up going back to the hotel. So I've come back out this morning to get a Chiayi classic turkey rice, and so let's go and check it out. Really good. It's got a mixture of dark meat, light meat, kind of like turkey gravy, and then some oil, and also it's kind of like garlic or shallots. It's really nice, very tasty. The rice is really moist. It sounds like such a simple dish, but actually the flavours are really complex and absolutely delicious. Alright, that's all I'm going to eat here because the family's waiting for me in the car and they'll be getting impatient and I want them to try too, so that's it. Gets a big thumbs up for me for 1 bar 40 fan. Okay guys, that is it for my whistle stop tour of Chiayi and Northern Tainan and some of the tourist sites. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give me a like because it really helps out the video, and you can always subscribe and hit notifications if you want to catch my adventures every Saturday morning. And don't forget, if you'd like to support the channel, head over to my Buy Me a Coffee page where you can get a Hikelopedia patch, Hikelopedia stickers or Hikelopedia digital downloads. So go over there and check them out as it really helps me out. That's it for today. Now I'm gonna get ready for the long drive back to Hsinchu. You know what this holiday traffic's like. So in the meantime, take it easy and I'll see you next week. Over and out.